Have you ever felt a gut feeling inside you telling you to do something? Maybe your intuition guides you in one direction, but you're not really sure what to do. We have all been there because I know I've been there a lot. Actually, to be quite honest, I wish I had followed my intuition more often. That would have saved me a lot of trouble. But this is something for another conversation. Hi there, my name is Kelly, and today we are touching on exactly this point. How we benefit from trusting our intuition and divine timing. So let's dive in. First of all, let's define what intuition is, because I know that a lot of people might get confused with this. A lot of times our intuition manifests as a gut feeling, that gut feeling that we don't know where it comes from, that instinctual understanding of a situation without need for understanding or reasoning. You just don't know, you have just this feeling. It's like this innate ability to see and to know something without any evident rational thought. Intuition basically acts as our guide, our compass, alerting us of possibilities and potential outcomes in our lives. So this intuitive insight can come in various situations, from personal relationships to career choices, and a lot of times it serves as a catalyst for us to act. So, for example, have you experienced situations where everything seemed to align perfectly? Whether it was landing a new job when you least expected, or when you meet someone who changes your life at just the right moment. Or maybe you feel that urge, you call a friend, only to find out that your friend was going through a tough time and needed support. So yeah, I guess this is one of those things that happens a lot. And I strongly believe that when we embrace this intuitive insights, our intuition, our inner guidance, we feel aligned with our true selves, with our true purpose. Well, I actually have several examples, but I have one that just happened very recently that I mentioned in another video that I guess fit perfectly what we are talking about. But first, let's get into divine timing, because I also believe that divine timing and intuition go hand in hand. I strongly believe that they go together. So, but what is divine timing? Divine timing is basically the belief that certain events happen according to a higher plan or a cosmic schedule beyond our control. The idea is that there is a perfect time for everything, because definitely there is, and that rushing into decisions, outcomes, or when things happen a certain way, try to control everything, can cause us a lot of stress and disappointment. And probably you had experienced that before. I know that I did. But essentially, when we recognize divine timing, we understand that life has its own rhythm, its own timing, and everything happens when it's meant to happen. So the idea is that we trust the process of life while allowing the events to happen naturally. Basically, when we acknowledge divine time, we often surrender. And we talked about that in my previous video that you can find right here. So we recognize when we surrender, we let go of control. In this video, we talk exactly about that, let go of control, surrender. And when we do that, we recognize that we are part of a larger universe, of a larger narrative beyond our immediate control. We are part of this huge cosmos. So this perspective can be a great way to help us be patient, and it encourages us to remain open to new opportunity as they come, because eventually, as we live our lives, we go for several situations and a lot of opportunities eventually come our way. But to be quite honest, when we understand that certain experiences might not happen until the right moment, the right timing, we become more resilient and less frustrated during challenging times, because this is another reality. As we live our life experiences, we go through obstacles, and we know that life can be challenging a lot of times. But when we trust in divine timing and also follow our intuition, this helps us to become more resilient and less frustrated with what happens to us, because actually things don't happen to us, it's happened for us. But then you may ask, what would be a sign of divine timing when we are supposed to know? Or maybe when we are supposed to surrender? Essentially, you experience a lot of synchronicities or meaningful coincidence, what we call coincidence, that seem to guide us toward specific paths. So this can manifest as random opportunities or situations or encounters, or even advice from friends, mentors, family members, from acquaintances. And the idea is for us to pay attention to the signs, because they guide us and they help us with awareness of the universe rhythm. And in my case, my intuition became more on point as I went through the process of spiritual awakening. I became very aware of everything, and I started to follow, to understand a lot of synchronicities. But other indications of divine timing may be the feeling of calmness and clarity when making decisions. So something just feels right. You don't know how, why, but you have this gut feeling telling you that things feel right. So you don't feel any conflict, any internal conflict. And this means that you are essentially in alignment with the right timing of your life journey. And let me go back here to the situation that recently happened to me. And I talked about that in one of my previous videos. I think it was the last one. I talked about when I discovered about my father's malignant tumor. So I would say around the first corner of this year, my father came to me. At the time, they were working with my sister and my mom in the renovation of their house. And at that point, my father was telling me they're planning to, the Christmas celebrations if I could come. But it was like March, beginning of April, and then I was like, okay, Christmas just passed, and then you're already talking about Christmas? Because I don't know about you, but I really don't live my life just planning well ahead for those things. I go with the flow. I learned to go with the flow of life. Yes, I plan a lot of things, but I'm open for what life reserves, because we cannot control things. So I said, okay, let's see what happens, and then we talk about this later. So then, approximately a month or a month and a half later, my sister again asked me. Well, at that point, they had finished the renovation. They were already there, and there was some type of party or celebration they were doing there. And then my sister asked me, so you're gonna come for Christmas? Because we started to look for the airplane tickets and everything. I said, okay, so wait, it's too early. Let me go. Well, let me see what's gonna happen as we keep moving on through the year, and I'll let you know. We have plenty of time. And then life kept moving on. The months passed, and I was starting having this gut feeling that I had to go there at some point during the second semester. I don't know why. I just had this gut feeling that I needed to be there during the second semester of 2024. And then I said, okay, so let's see what happens. And then we went July. At the beginning of August, my sister, again, come to me and then said, okay, so this year I don't plan to celebrate my birthday. She is a Leo. Her birthday is in August. So she said, I am not celebrating my birthday, but we want to celebrate Daddy's 70th birthday. So let's throw a surprise birthday party. Can you come in? I said, oh, okay. Maybe this is a good idea because I could go there. My father's birthday, he was born at the beginning of November, but he was registered, his birth certificate was registered on November 22nd. But this is a long story. And then I said, it's a surprise party. And at the same token, I go to his party, birthday party, and we can also celebrate together. My mom's birthday, that is on November the 30th. Perfect, great. Oh, let me just see my schedule and we have everything straight. And then, again, we kept moving on. At the beginning of October, my father went to his doctor appointments and examinations and things that he and my mom both have to do. And for some reason, reasons that God only knows, that the doctor saw a big mass around the area of his stomach. So he sent him to the oncologist and actually sent him to do a lot of other tests and medical examinations and x-rays and MRIs. And the doctor found out that there was a tumor, malignant tumor, but he didn't know exactly where it was. He wanted to know exactly which location, which organ this was. But according to the MRI and the images that the doctor had, he said that whatever my father had, he couldn't have surgery. And this was a real shock to all of us. And during that week, I remember that we were still waiting to do some other exams that the doctor asked, and then the possibility of not having surgery. We already started thinking the worst because, as the doctor explained, it seems to be something very serious with a possibility of metastasis, but he couldn't have surgery. But think about it. When you think about cancer, you already immediately think the worst. And that week, especially for me, was a very, I don't know how to even explain, because the possibility of losing my father, and especially when he was actually fine. He was a man that was, close to his 70s, that was very active. Actually, to be quite honest, I have never seen my father so active in his entire life. And he was not really feeling anything. He lost weight, a few pounds, just because of the work, the exercise that he was doing. But except for a very short pain that would go back and forth, like in his legs, around the pelvic area, nothing else. So I couldn't reconcile this idea that I could lose my father when he felt so, and he transpired being so good, so well, so active. But at the same token, I was wrestling because I didn't know what could happen. There was this possibility of losing him, but something was telling me something else. But what I did at that point, I decided to leave it to the divine. I mean, I knew when we come here, we have our plan, we have our karmic plan. And I said, okay, if it is his time to go, it is his time. Otherwise, the divine will come up with a good plan and he's gonna be fine. And during my meditations, because as usual, my meditation is my refuge, I basically was asking for guidance from my guardian angels and spirit guides. And I decided to really let go of control, to not think much, although I had my moments that I would cry because I was wrestling. So a week later, he went to another doctor. The doctor examined him and looked at his images and everything, and he said, "Oh no, it is a sarcoma. You need to have surgery." And then things completely changed. I knew at that point that he would be fine. Long story short, I don't want to be dragging this here, but ended up that he had surgery. It was really a sarcoma, and now he is in recovery, and he's actually doing pretty well. But my point here is I decided to trust God, the divine, the universe, that the right outcome would come. And I just surrender and let go. And I also trusted my intuition because something inside me was telling that it was not his time. And as a matter of fact, I had a dream that it was symbolic, because I don't know about you, but if you receive signs from your spirit guides from dreams, you know that it's symbolic. It's kind of, you needed to decipher those dreams. So I had a dream that he would be fine, and I decided to trust that, and that's what happened. But why am I telling that? Because I think that one of the most powerful benefits of following our inner guidance and divine timing is really us aligning with our life purpose. So when we trust our intuition, it is as if we are following a guideline towards realizing our life's purpose. When we follow our intuitive insights, this inner guidance, we often, or most of the time, or all of the times, we find ourselves drawn to paths that really resonate with our passions and values. And this alignment can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence as we engage in activities that bring us joy and satisfaction. So we genuinely engage with things that, we like to do, or we enjoy participating in. And for divine time is the same thing. It creates a space for our self-discovery. When we allow events to happen naturally, we become open to exploring various opportunities and situations and experiences that contribute to our growth. Also, we live a less stressful life because we don't keep worrying about things. We don't keep ruminating things that worry us. And as we embark on this journey of self-discovery, I want to suggest to invite you to take a moment to reflect on moments in your life where trust in your instincts, your gut feeling led to positive outcomes, to positive things that I'm sure that you had, as I had mine. Well, the same way that I had positive outcomes by following my intuition, I also got into trouble for not following my intuition, but this is something for another conversation. But acknowledge the power of divine timing in your experiences, that everything happens for a reason, for sure. As you're moving forward, allowing your intuition to be that trusted friend, that trusted ally on your path, so you can fulfill your life's purpose. When we embrace our intuition and we recognize divine timing, we navigate life's difficulties with much ease and much confidence. We all have unique journeys here. In other words, this can deeply impact our growth and fulfillment. So I'll leave you with these thoughts and let me know what you think. I am genuinely interested in knowing. Leave me a comment. And if you like this type of content and want to hear more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload new videos. And also it helps YouTube share this content with other people, other beings that may be interested in or may benefit from this type of conversation. So, this is what I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Take care.